Listen carefully. Because right out of the gate today, I really want to challenge exactly how you think about your career trajectory. Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're going to completely rethink professional growth. We all have this mental image of what success looks like in the workplace, right? We picture landing that massive client, getting that huge sudden promotion, or maybe launching a groundbreaking project that just changes everything overnight. But what if I told you that focusing on those massive milestones is actually holding you back? Today, we're taking the foundational concepts of atomic habits and we're applying them directly to your workday. We're going to break down exactly how to stop chasing that mirage of sudden success and start building a sustainable professional operating system. Because here's the truth. Your life is not built by big decisions. I really want you to think about that. When we look back at a successful career, man, it is incredibly tempting to define it by the turning points. The day you accepted a new job, the day you moved cities, the day you decided to pivot industries. But professional success isn't about monumental leaps. Those big decisions, they're just the flashy headlines. The actual article, the real substance of your career, is written in the mundane, quiet moments of your Tuesday mornings and Thursday afternoons. It's not the grand strategy meeting that builds your career. It's what you do in the quiet hours after everybody leaves that meeting. It boils down to this really simple core philosophy. What you do daily is slowly becoming who you are. Just let that sink in for a second. Every single action you take at work is literally a vote for the type of professional you're becoming. If you're constantly checking your phone during deep work, you're casting a vote for becoming a distracted employee. But if you take 5 extra minutes to review an email for tone and clarity before hitting send, you're casting a vote for becoming a meticulous, high-level communicator. It's like you're an unfinished masterpiece, and your daily workplace habits are the individual brushstrokes. Let's get into Section 1, the myth of big decisions. We really need to actively dismantle this idea that a single promotion or a massive project defines a career. Society loves a hero's journey, right? The overnight success story. But relying on big, sweeping decisions creates a feast or famine mentality at work. Look at it this way. A student doesn't become successful in one exam. A fit person doesn't become fit in one workout. Tiny actions, repeated. That is the real game. And this maps perfectly to your daily workplace tasks. A master networker isn't magically created at one corporate retreat. They're created by the tiny habit of sending one thoughtful follow-up message every single day. A brilliant strategist isn't born in a single brainstorming session. They're built by dedicating 20 minutes a day to reading industry news. It's those microscopic, seemingly insignificant daily repetitions that compile into massive professional competence. Moving right along to Section 2, changing your professional identity. Now, this explainer isn't just about giving you a list of simple productivity hacks. Hacks are temporary. Hacks are what you use when you want to cram for a test, but they absolutely don't change who you are. We're talking about the core concept of professional identity transformation. Small habits don't just change your results, they change your identity. The fundamental idea here is beautifully simple. Think about it. If you read one page every day, you aren't just reading a book, you're becoming a reader. Let's translate that straight to the office. If you block out 30 minutes of uninterrupted, deep focus time every morning before opening your email, you aren't just completing a task. You are becoming a dedicated, deep work professional. You're proving to yourself with actual evidence that you're someone who controls their time rather than letting an inbox control you. Your habits are providing the literal evidence for your new professional identity. Next up, Section 3. Systems generate real progress. So there is a totally critical difference between setting massive career goals and building a daily professional operating system. Look, everyone has goals. The successful candidate and the unsuccessful candidate both had the exact same goal of getting the job, right? So if the goal is identical, what actually differentiates them? It's the system they use to prepare. Remember this, goals show direction, but habits create progress. Your goal might be to become the lead project manager by Q4, and that's fantastic. It gives you your true north, it shows you the direction you need to walk. But simply staring at the compass doesn't magically move you forward. The habit, the system, is what creates the progress. The habit is updating your project tracker meticulously at 4:30 p.m. every day. The habit is anticipating roadblocks before the weekly stand-up even happens. So yeah, the goal points the way, but your daily system is the vehicle that actually drives you down the road. Which brings us to Section 4, breaking bad workplace habits. Because before we can build the ultimate professional system, we've got to clear out the junk. We all have those toxic work habits that drain our energy, kill our focus, and keep us working late into the evening. So how do we actually dismantle those distractions? Well, here is a simple 3-step framework. 1, make them difficult to do. 2, create friction. 3, remove triggers.
Let's say your bad habit is constantly checking a messaging app when you should be writing a report. How do we apply this? First, remove the trigger. Close the app completely. Turn off the desktop notifications. Get the icon literally out of your sight. Second, create friction and make it difficult. If you really want to check it, force yourself to log out completely every single time. So you have to manually type in your password and use two-factor authentication just to see a message. By adding that tiny bit of friction, you interrupt the mindless loop and give your brain a chance to say, wait, I'm supposed to be working right now. You're basically engineering your environment so that doing the wrong thing is just exhausting.
And that sets us up perfectly for Section 5, building good professional habits. With the bad habits dismantled, we enter the constructive phase. This is where we create a sustainable, positive routine that actively prevents burnout and puts your career growth on autopilot. We want to take the exact inverse of our bad habit breaking strategy and apply it to the things we actually want to do. So, to build good professional habits, make them obvious, make them easy, make them repeatable. Say you want to build the habit of planning your day before you start working. Make it obvious by leaving a physical notebook right on top of your keyboard before you log off for the night. Make it easy by committing to writing down just 3 bullet points, not a massive novel. And make it repeatable by doing it at the exact same time, tied to an existing habit, like pouring your morning coffee. Coffee, notebook, write 3 things. Obvious, easy, repeatable. You're embedding positive actions directly into the architecture of your workday so they become completely automatic.
Now for Section 6, the power of 1%.
It's so easy to look at these small daily habits like closing a tab or writing 3 bullet points and think, well, that doesn't really matter. But honestly, that is the biggest mistake you can make in your career. 1%. Never, ever underestimate a 1% improvement. If you can get just 1% better at your craft each workday, 1% more efficient at coding, 1% better at active listening during client calls, 1% more organized in your files, the math of compound interest completely takes over. A daily 1% improvement will completely rewire your career over time. You don't need a 100% overhaul of your life today. You just need a tiny imperceptible edge that you repeat consistently. The absolutely crucial point here is that one tiny improvement today can completely change your future. The trajectory of your professional life isn't dictated by the angle you launch from. It's dictated by the microscopic course corrections you make every day while you're in flight. Today's micro actions compound into tomorrow's massive professional success. You aren't just doing tasks, you are systematically building the professional you want to become, one tiny habit at a time. So, I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. Audit your daily workplace routine right now. Think about your morning login, your lunch break, that classic afternoon slump. What is that one small habit you're repeating every day right now, and what kind of professional is it turning you into? Take control of the tiny actions and the big success. It'll take care of itself. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I will catch you next time.